Based off of the questions that I have seen, the ASVAB test, as we're prepping for it, have a lot of quadratic questions on it. So it really should be beneficial to you to make sure that you are able to understand quadratic functions when you're doing these. So if you do need additional supports for quadratics, I have a whole playlist of quadratic functions on my Instagram, YouTube, and TikTok at YouWantAlgebra. So let's get started. Now with a question like this, we do want to have our variables all on one side, our constants on one side, and have this set equal to 0. So the first thing I want to get done is to move this over here. And so we're going to move it from here over to here. So we're going to get that situated so there's nothing over on that side but 0. And you may not have used that as the first move, but that's the first move I've chosen to make. So this is going to cancel each other out. Now in this case, we're going to have a 0 here, which is what we want. You want it to be equal to 0. Now, the x squared is going to be over here. You should write that first. Now, before I go any further, I'm going to actually combine this -4 and this -31. So you might have done that first, which you could do that first. And then this is going to be a -35 now. And then I have the 2x, so I'm going to put 2x here, so plus 2x, and then this is going to be a -35. So that is combining these two terms, this term and this term, together to get -35. The 2x stayed the same, and then that -2x squared came over here as a positive. Now we're ready to factor our trinomial and get to work. Now we have to find factor pairs of 35, and this is a -35. So we're going to put that factor pair set right here. And our binomials are going to be x and x because those are our variables. So we're going to set the variables up like this in our binomials, just like that. So our setup is going to be like that, equal to 0. Now we just got to figure out the two magic numbers that fit here. So -35, you've got a +1 and a -35. Then you have the opposite pair, a -1 and a +35. 2 won't go into it. 3 doesn't go into it nicely. 4 doesn't go into it. 5 goes into it nicely. So 5 times a -7, or a -5 and a +7. 6 will not go into it, and then now we're already back to 7. So we've got all of our factor pairs. And so we're looking for the factor pair that not only multiplies to get me the -35, but it also has to add up to 2x in the middle. So I need the pair that's going to add to 2, which would be this pair, because 7 and a -5 will give me a +2. So we're going to say -5, because that's what we have here. And then we have a +7, so we're going to put +7 in the binomial here. Then what we are going to do is set each of these sets of parentheses, x minus 5 equal to 0. Then we're going to do the x plus 7, set that equal to 0. And then we can figure out what x is. So add 5 to both sides. So x on this one is going to be 5. Over here, we're going to subtract 7 on both sides, leaving me with x equaling -7. So we have two answers, 5 and -7, and that is what our finalized possibilities are. If you get stuck with factoring trinomials and you don't remember how to do them, or solving for quadratics, you can find them in my playlist of quadratic functions on YouTube, Instagram, and TikTok at YouWantAlgebra. And you don't forget to like, share, and follow me for more.